Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It is Thursday morning, August the 8th. Rise and shine, friends. This is Coffee Talk. I'm Wesh 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. Thanks for joining. Hope you're having a great morning. We try to do this thing about 7 days a week. Sometimes we do skip a day, pop in a little late, what have you. But we get together, we drink some coffee. My coffee's done at this point, so I've moved on to my 85-year-old Ensure. Everybody, there's a lot of people that make fun of me saying that I'm sponsored by Ensure at this point because I drink it. I'm not, but here we are. Anyway, let's take a live look outside, see what's doing. There's the Orlando International Airport tower cam showing a little bit of a hazy start. And I would add that with all of the moisture in the atmosphere, at least trapped at the surface, with all this humidity, this mugginess, that's to be expected. It's a hot, hazy, and humid start to the day. Let me take you over to the downtown Orlando tower cam, see what's doing. Yeah, not looking too bad there. Down to the tourist district. Yep, a little hazy. Let's head over to Daytona Beach. Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a pretty start to the day. Here's Cape Canaveral, looking over to Port Canaveral there. Melbourne, I haven't checked in on you in forever. Yeah, it's a little hazy there as well. So, anyway, you get the idea. First warning live Doppler radar. Looking pretty good this morning. Not much to see here. Just a couple of showers off the shoreline, and I think that that's the way that that's going to stay, at least for the next few hours' time. We do eventually get into some rains later on. Temperatures out the door in the lower 80s, so you've got the warmth, right? Look though at our muggy meter. I think that this is going to illustrate the point rather well. Okay, dew point temperatures outside right now are running in the upper range of the 70s to lower 80s. So, because of that, our dew points make things feel miserable. When it gets later today, this is not going to be like a normal summer's day. There's going to be a little extra panache, we'll say, in this atmosphere. That's why today is impact weather, because those feels like temperatures are getting into the mid range of the 90s, and then you add in that dew point temperature, it will feel like 105 to 110 degrees. And that's why we have heat advisories posted for all of Central Florida. So no surprise here. It's going to be a toasty day, we'll say. Here's a look at temperatures around town, okay? 96 in Orlando, 95 in Leesburg, 94 degrees in the Villages, 93, the cool spot in Titusville and in Melbourne. So just be ready for that, friends. Just be ready for that. When we look at the heat index numbers, let me dial this up here real fast. Da, 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 da. What is that? Heat index. Just got to find the graphics. All right, so heat index, Daytona. All right, so this is Daytona Beach's heat index numbers. Um, for perspective purposes, right? Like, look at that. 2 o'clock, we're getting to 109, right? And that's just one location. Orlando, looks like Orlando may be a little bit lower, right? Let's see, what else do we have here? This is nope. What is this? Finding the next graphic. Sanford, Ocala. These are all the evening ones. Here's Ocala this morning's version. But yeah, 110. So you get the idea, right? Around Central Florida, we're into the danger zone, for lack of a better term. It's going to be a hot day. Next couple of days, we at least return back to normal Central Florida weather where we'll get those showers and those thunder showers fired up. But for today, yeah, we're kind of still trailing off that real powerful heat, right? 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is when that heat advisory is posted, but I would just go further as to say essentially through the afternoon, 105 to 110 is how it will feel. Now, what about the rainfall? Let's dial that in and see where we're at here. All right, so here's Futurecast, and notice 9, 10 o'clock, relatively quiet. We'll start to pop up a little bit of rain around 1, 2 o'clock, right? A few showers and storms. Rain coverage today higher than yesterday, about a 40% or so coverage. There's 3, 4 o'clock, still seeing a little bit of rain. And with that westerly wind, everything wants to blow over to the east coast. So if you live out that direction, just plan accordingly. But again, I don't think it's going to be a bad day. It's just, it's going to be a really hot day. All right. So, questions, comments, concerns about that? We've got a lot to talk about in the tropics, believe me, but I do want to just mention at least. I'm not hyping. There's a lot. I know you don't love it. Yeah, Kellyanne looked as soon as I said we have a lot to talk about in the tropics. Kellyanne's like, "Mm." Not hyping it at all, but there is stuff to talk about. Um, let's see here. My little one won't be happy about that. She loves to play outside after homeschooling. I know. But listen, keep hydrated, all of those sorts of things, right? Crystal over on Twitter's asking, is it still going to be breezy? Yeah, not as gusty, but 15, 20 miles an hour. That's still a nice breeze. So yeah, indeed. Keep close. Good morning, buddy. We going flying today or what, huh? It's yucky out, Susie says. I know, I feel that. It is. Let's see here. Those storms are popping off Africa. Yeah, Diane, the hurricane season peak is definitely starting to show the pattern shifting, right? Season is getting ramped up there, enjoying the calm, albeit terribly hot day. Yeah, I mean it's going to be a hot day, right? Jeannie says, "Ooh, playing the sprinklers. I love that idea so much." The back end of Debbie is a bit breezy, and it has been a bit breezy indeed. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the tropics. See what's doing. Okay. First off, we've got Debbie, still moving through the Carolinas. Made a second landfall yesterday. But out to the open Atlantic, you can see there's some moisture definitely pooling. There's one area of interest that the National Hurricane Center has discussed, and it's going to be this area here from about the western Atlantic through the Windward Islands, St. Croix, Puerto Rico, into Hispaniola. In the next week's time, really next week, we're not looking at anything immediate here, but we are going to watch this area. Once that wave, and I'll back it up here so you can see it. Once that wave there in the central Atlantic moves into that box, that's where models are starting to hint at some potential for tropical development. Now, we've been looking at the models here on Coffee Talk and on Wesh 2 News for the last couple of days, and it's been showing up. So this, at least if you've been joining us here on Coffee Talk, this should not be a surprise. If you're new to the Coffee Talk thing, I'll take you through all the raw models now. Okay, so this is the GFS this morning. All right, let's just kind of dial it up and kind of roll through time. Timestamp for your situational awareness. Top right of the model, you see where it says valid 6Z Thursday, 8th of August 2024. So this is 2 a.m. today, right? All right. So let's roll through time. And there goes Debbie, obviously. Something rolling in right there. That's the 14th of August, getting into the Antilles, getting near Puerto Rico and developing. I mean, that's a decent little area of low pressure. Really kind of blowing up. What is that actual pressure? So that pressure, I mean, that's a that's a 969. So the GFS is going with a decent hurricane just north of Puerto Rico around a week from now. Okay, 16th, 17th, 18th. That's 2 p.m. Sunday, August 18th, east of Florida. Hold on one second. Are you trying to talk to me? Nope. Okay, I heard something. Um, Now let's hope that it stays a fish storm. Absolutely, but the GFS is showing something there, right? And then beyond that, look at the very end here on the bottom right corner. One goes around and another comes around, right? So too early to see where that little goober wants to go. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So, the GFS is definitely starting to show some activity getting bubbled up there, right? So, the good news for us right now is that the model data would want to keep everything out to sea. The bad news is that nothing is set in stone until it happens. So, we have to watch things closely. But that's the GFS's version of let's watch and wait. All right, let's switch over to the European. There's Debbie. We'll roll through time. And at the very, let's see, 0Z. Let's see. There's the European showing something. Now, notice the European is weaker, thus below south of Puerto Rico. All right. And then it gets into the Bahamas. What is that pressure there? That pressure would be a 991 low instead of a 969 low. So that would be a bit weaker. So the European is weaker, which means that it gets a little closer to us. I'd rather it be stronger and stay out to sea personally. So that's the European. All right, let's look at the ensembles. A few seconds to turn this around. Now, those were the operational deterministic models. What we're looking at now are the ensembles. Basically, think of it as 30 flavors of the GFS and 50 flavors of the European. So, and they just kind of roll one on top of another, off top of another. So you can see there's a clustering. GFS wants to bubble something up from about the Gulf of Mexico to Bermuda. So there's what this is telling me is that there's a fairly high confidence that something's going to try and get going, but certainly no confidence in positioning and paths and intensity. So again, something certainly to watch, and that time frame is around the 17th, 18th, 19th. So we'll watch and see, right? That's the GFS. Let's switch over to the European ensemble and see what it's going with. And yeah, oh yeah, there's definite model consensus in development there. So again, we'll watch, we'll wait, and we'll see. But at this point, all we have a decent confidence in is the idea that something is going to want to try to get going. We just don't know exactly where, right? Where it'll go. We'll figure that out as time goes by. But that's the way we develop tropical forecasts kind of down the way as we look at ensembling, we look at um, trends from ensembles and things like that. And that's where we get this 30% likelihood of developing. Probably going to see that continue to rise. This morning's 2 a.m. tropical weather outlook was a 20% chance of development. It's now up to a 30% chance of development. So there's that. Now, questions about this. There's a lot of, there's a lot of misinformation that you could certainly get online. So I want to make sure that we've got this done. Joanne says, "Welcome to Florida." Yeah. This time of year, it's just the way it goes. We have to watch the tropics. So it's fine. We can do it. And if you're new to town, if this is a new thing for you, you don't need to freak out. Um, 6 months out of the year, we just kind of have to watch the tropics. And really, there's like 3 or 4 months where things could get feisty. So that's all. Can we can we call the ensembles the multiverse? Lots of possibilities. We can only surf one time. Well, yeah. I mean, are you talking to me, Nat? Like, how many waves are coming off Africa? There's going to be wave after wave after wave. Yeah. I mean, these next few months we're going to watch that. Go east, just go east. Yeah, if we could just keep them looping out to sea. Oliver says I might get overly criticized, but we really need to fully integrate the metric system. I get it. I get it. I understand. I understand the thought. As long as you know that it's not up to any of us on this broadcast. I'm hearing voices in my ear, Lauren. Sonia says, so next week is wait and see. Well, we know something's going to try to start going. So you'll hear more and more of it. We'll be tracking more and more of it. And that's all. That's all. Wendy, it looks like it's going to be like that South Florida part. Whether or not it comes close or stays out to sea, we'll have to watch and see. Not a tropical outlook question, but I saw the Farmer's Almanac saying we're in for a cooler fall. I mean, I don't trust the Farmer's Almanac for anything, but hopefully would be nice. No, it's not voices in my head, it's in my earpiece. Oh man. All right. We've got a metal count and then weather, so let's get walking. We can come back to talking tropics here in a couple of seconds. Let's just go do this. Better in your ear than in your head. Yeah, that's true. All right. All right. Get this set up here. Guys, we got a metal count. Let's see here. I won't be live that quickly. Let's see here. Forgot the whole couch. It's only part of the couch. The other part of the couch is somewhere else right now. I was gonna say. So yeah, they're not doing that. The athletes are not doing that. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like Sonica. It's kind of like, when people talk about the sports teams, like, man, what we need to do is this. And it's like, you are not a part of that. You're eating the cookies. That's an emotional responsibility problem. I talked to my therapist about that. All right, let's take a look outside and see what's doing this morning here in Brevard County. This is Melbourne, a little hazy out there because of all that humidity. We've just got it trapped right here at the surface. Lower 80s up and down the shoreline and across the interior. No upper 70s. So it's that warm start. First warning, live Doppler radar around Central Florida. A nice clean sweep, nothing to track out there. Wider perspective showing the overall weather influencer for basically the entire eastern seaboard. Tropical Storm Debbie made that second landfall, still bringing a ton of rain through North Carolina. That last tail of moisture is just clouds over South Florida. We're kind of pulling in a little bit of atmospherically dry air over top of us, which is why we're going to get a little more sunshine today than yesterday. But that's also going to allow those temperatures to climb. 93 degrees, our 1 p.m. temperature. 96 degrees, our 3 p.m. temperature. Now, we do up the rain game a little bit, 40% coverage today, but the temperatures I think are going to be the bigger focus. Average high is 92. We'll do 96 in the city, and we'll be within a couple of degrees, I think, of records today around town. Winds out of the west southwest 15 to 20, so it's breezy. It's not gusty as much. It's breezy. But man, mid 90s and a dew point temperature in the upper 70s makes it feel straight up miserable later this afternoon. And that's why heat advisories are posted for our entire coverage area. Feels like temperatures running up to 110 degrees. What we could use is a little bit of rain to cool us down right at that peak heating time frame. And yeah, we're going to have a little bit more activity than what we saw yesterday. Here's 1 o'clock. Couple of popcorn showers and thunder showers. We'll watch more rain develop and work over toward the eastern seaboard because it's that west wind that kind of helps us all out. 7-day forecast showing a 40% coverage of rain today. Same idea for tomorrow. Then looking ahead to the weekend, it's back to that normal summer's pattern. And yeah, we've got the school bus on there. It's showers and storms for the afternoon for that first day of class. I cannot believe, Megan, that we're already there. All right, so we've got a Today Show hit, and then we have another CW hit, and then we can chat a little more. I mean, we can chat between, but you know what I mean. I just showed it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The 60. I mean, it's the models are showing something. Like, just keep it off the shoreline.
At this time on this day.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a. Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. All right, let's see here. You got to scroll up and see where I left off on the comments. Good night. Let's see. I want to. I gotta see. All right. There's too many comments. I can't even try to catch up here. So I apologize if I missed you, left you out here. Let's see here. David says half a day for Kellyanne. No. She's working. She's over here working. She's working on a story right now. Somebody said half day for Kellyanne. Oh no.
There's no half days here.
There's no. Wesh 2 does not allow half days. I mean, they make you work. Can you explain what a dew point is? I'm always confused. Yeah, so think of it like this. The atmosphere can only hold so much moisture. Um, Once you get too much, the atmosphere is saturated and you form a cloud, right? You could get fog. The dew point is where here at the surface, there's so much moisture that you start developing dew because the atmosphere is saturated. So we're pretty close to saturation. Essentially, it's 100% humidity, for lack of a better term. So yeah, that's where we're at. Rhonda's asking, is Mississippi going to get a hurricane? One day, I'm sure. They're not getting one today. That I can promise you. We'll see. Is Kellyanne freaking out? No, no, she's not freaking out. She just has some plans that need to not get messed up by hurricanes. That's all, right? That's all. Just wondering how these warm, muggy mornings compare to our averages. Oh, I know we've got. Hold on, let me go look. Haven't done this in a while. Lows versus averages. I mean, I know we've got the graphic almanac. Average low versus lows today. All right. Haven't touched this. It still has like an ice background on it, so just um lows are in the 80s, average lows are in the mid 70s. Ignore where it says chilly weekend wake up. It's just that was the last time that the manual banner was changed, right? Is the storm that has the 30% chance of development in the GFS, the possible fish storm from the GFS, that would be the one that the GFS is showing. But again, I wouldn't say anything's a possible fish storm. It's too early in any tropical forecasting model to have any handle on anything. So I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not trusting any model at this point, other than it's to say it's developing something. Outside of that, too early to tell. Yeah. All right. I wish it was a chilly weekend. I know. Courtney's asking when the next tornado will hit my house. Listen, if you figure that one out, you let me know that technology. Let's go into business together. Where are we at? This Today Show cut in. All right. Do that. What tower cam should I show? Haven't shown Ocala. Let's do Ocala. Ooh, so pretty up there. All right. Do that. Let's see what forget the dew point. South Carolina has reached the done point. Oh man. I mean, it's a lot of rain. Yeah. Yeah. It's always good to get a drought buster, but like South Carolina, North Carolina has had a pretty wet go these last few weeks. So it's definitely not ideal for them, right? Definitely not. Robin's asking, what is a fish storm? So we refer to tropical systems that stay out to sea. Cheeky as a fish storm. Yeah. Any hotspots indicated for this cycle? Yeah, that South Florida area is one we'll have to watch. Hopefully it stays away, but it's just what it is. Yeah. Let's see here. Is Debbie still hovering over South Carolina? Debbie has started the move. Has started to move. Yeah. Let's see here. I've got that down here. Here's the satellite and radar for Debbie. Actually, just the radar. So yeah, you can see it there. All right, let's go get going for this Today Show hit. I mean, it's a mix of clouds and sun, a nice breeze, but man, is it muggy outside. This is a live look at Ocala. How pretty is that? The sun is shining bright. Temperatures in the low 80s there and around the rest of Central Florida. We're going to get up there though. Mid 90s across town with feels like temperatures running into the triple digits, 105 to 110. Heat advisories are posted around Central Florida today. 40% coverage of a few isolated showers and storms. We're going to do the same tomorrow and then raise the rain coverage this weekend, 50-50 shot, keeping pretty normal for the first day of class. Okay, so now we go to commercial break, and then I have one more for CW, and then we can focus on each other a little bit more. All right, let's see here. The Facebook Live is on before the DirecTV feed. Yeah, I mean, things. It just depends on distribution. We do it live, and there's no like delay here. So if there's a delay, it's going to be on a distribution side of things. Yeah. Let's see here. Morning from Ohio. What channel may I watch to get Virginia Beach weather? I have no idea. I'm sorry, Betty. I don't know Virginia Beach TV. A Today Show hit, no big deal. Oh, geez, Kim, you're so funny. Any chance of that new development hitting Texas? Listen, there's a chance. I always laugh when people ask any chance of blank because the answer is sure. Like, there's a chance of me becoming a billionaire today. Probably not going to happen, but there's a chance. There's a chance that I could get Kellyanne Class to like me and not loathe sitting next to me at work.
It's all not true.
Probably not going to happen, but there's a chance. I'd like to think we actually have a pretty good rapport yet. But there's a chance of everything. I always laugh. Is that just me being a schmuck?
I thought we were friends.
No, 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 not that part. That part, obviously. But I mean, like, I always laugh when people ask if there's a chance. I know that's me being rude, but like, there's a chance. Of course, there's a chance. There's a chance of everything. It could snow today in Florida. There's a chance. Probably won't. With it feeling as hot as it is, there's not a chance. There's not a chance of it hitting snow.
There
But
you go.
but the point is there's a chance of anything. Satellite hits the Earth at a certain angle, flips temperatures around. There's a chance. Starlink goes awry. I don't know.
Well, you really
We definitely went deep there.
Yeah.
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 Chance of everything. Cindy, I thought we were friends. Jeannie says, yeah, there's a chance I'll be buying that Mooney after all today. God, I wish.
Yeah, those are fun.
Hmm?
Your followers are fun.
Oh, they're a good group.
Mhm.
They're a good group. They put up with my snark, and there's a chance I'm annoying at least one person. Oh man, there's no rudeness here, just snarky. That's correct. Yeah. Lauren says, so you're saying there's a chance. That's right. All right, now I've got that today. Now, see, do I even have the right hit loaded? Yes. Okay. Like, we're flying around. This is the CW hit. Cindy says here for the snark. As long as it doesn't get me fired. All right. There's a chance we go off the track. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a chance that it'll rain over you. Yeah, we've got rising rain chances, like just a little bit more than yesterday. This morning, mix of clouds and sunshine here over Port Canaveral. Temperatures out the door in the 80s. It is warm and muggy. We'll work to 91 by lunchtime, 96 degrees this afternoon. And at least there's a 40% coverage of showers and thunder showers. There will be a few to help us out. But notice we've got the impact icons on there because in addition to this heat, we've got humidity levels so high that it will feel like 105 to 110 today. Actual temperatures out the door lower to even mid 80s. Daytona Beach, slow your roll, son. It's 84 already. Dew point temperatures at 80. It is as muggy could be out the door. At least we're quiet on our radar. This afternoon, breezy, but just so warm outside. 93 to 96 feels like 105 to 110. You have got to take it easy in the sun today. All right, Sonica, good morning. I had no idea that you weren't doing traffic. Got it. Oh, have fun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're still live.
Sun.
Slow you. It's 84 in Daytona Beach. It's like, bro, it's not even 9 o'clock in the morning. Debbie, did he just say slow your roll son on TV? Yeah. Listen, when the talent coach tells me to be more snarky, I'm going to be more snarky. And if I get fired, then I just come after her. Let's see here. Carried the chance joke on today. Exactly. Exactly. Hey man. It's I made an oopsie. What did I do? I don't think I made an oopsie. What did I do wrong, Taylor? Back it up. All right. Where were we? What were we even talking about? Oh, you were asking about where Debbie is. Get Tony out of my ear. So there's Debbie. Winds are at 45. It briefly got up to like 60 miles per hour and then started weakening again. Lots of moisture still falling in the Carolinas. Just a mess there. Let's see here. She asked for it. Yeah, the talent coach asked for it. Right. I love how you told Daytona. Yeah. Um, saying Megan was doing traffic. Oh, I didn't say Megan. I looked at Sonica and said Sonica. And then I walked over and told Megan I didn't know. And the only reason I knew Sonica was doing it is because Sonica was pointing at herself. Otherwise, and I didn't see Megan standing there. I didn't toss to Megan.
I don't think so. I was
No.
listening.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah. Have fun.
see,
Kind of reminds me of that other weather guy who sneaks song lyrics into his forecast. I will never do that. I actually can't stand that, but that's just me. I'm not fun, I guess. Or I just take credibility more seriously than TikTok fame. See here. It looks like it's jogging a little west. What? Debbie jogging a little west? It's going to meander around there. It's past our area, so it is what it is. Oh, I understand that, Taylor. I understand. Sonia says, come for the weather and stay for the snark. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's how I got my wife. Come for the weather information, stay for the snark. Kellyanne's making all kinds of faces. I don't play sports. It's not fun. It's been surprisingly really windy and extra hot. Correct. It's like a convection oven. Yeah. Yep. That's right, Maddie. Exactly. All right. So that's where I got people. Where do you want to go? We've got some tropical stuff to track the next week or so. Hopefully it doesn't bother us, but we'll watch for you. Right. All right. Um, Otherwise, questions, comments, concerns. You have any? Are we good? Oh, thank you, Gail. I appreciate it. Allison, coming from the UK on Wednesday. How did the tropics look? We'll have a couple of things to watch. But either way, welcome to town. You're gonna have a lot of fun, hopefully. Cindy says, "Let's talk planes and coffee." See, those are the things I love talking about. You're gonna mess me up, Brian.
show me your socks.
Show the
Yeah,
socks.
show the socks. I just noticed them.
Over the VFR chart socks.
Since we're talking about planes.
Since you're talking about planes, how the heck do I do this?
Here, you want me to hold it?
These are, I
Got
think I
it?
got it. Yeah,
Okay.
those are my socks today. VFR chart, not for navigation purposes, if anybody from the FAA is here. Yeah. Um, Belemph on YouTube, I hear there's a parade of tropical mess. Yeah, there's stuff out there to track. There's stuff out there to track. Yeah. But we'll watch each thing step by step by step by step, day by day. Wolf, if you recognize that. We can be friends. But yeah, we'll watch it. We're getting into hurricane season. Peak for sure, right? What model has been most accurate so far this season? I feel like the GFS has had kind of like a good year.
I
Concur?
would agree.
Right? Like the GFS has been doing its thing.
Sniffed out.
It did, yeah. The Euro came around to the so I feel like it may be the first time in my life I could say it, but the GFS has had its 5 minutes of fame. Good for you. Jessica, not for navigation. It's true. Oh man, absolutely, Ari. You know. I've not watched Outer Decks yet. Oh man. What he's not saying is that his underwear matches his socks. I'm not gonna try that. I'm certainly not modeling that. Yeah. You like that, Taylor? You like that? You like that? Patrick Duffy and yeah, see Yukon, you get it. You get it. Now I want to ride a roller coaster. Okay, so everybody gets the reference. Thank you all very much. Joel, is it an IFR kind of weather today? I mean, I don't. Sanford's clear, 10 statute miles, 230 at 7 knots. I should be flying an airplane right now. Would you get back to the news so that I could go fly? I actually have a Skyhawk later. You want to go? What's Mitch up to? You want to go for an hour? Oh, you want to go fly for an hour?
I'm scared.
I'm scared. Jeez. This afternoon, I'm going to go fly after work. All right. If you're a Trekkie, you'll love Lower Decks. I need to watch it. I need to watch it. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Anything? Looks good. Looks good. Looks good to me. We probably need to put some back to school forecast stuff together today for Monday. TV from the 50s to the 90s, I get most references. I like it. I like it. Debbie says Kellyanne is scared. Yeah.
Well, of small planes.
Just know that her significant other flies planes, just not the small ones. What did he learn on? Because he's military. So what do you know what he's like? It just occurred like I
Yeah.
learned on a 172 and a 152, but like what did he didn't learn on the 737
No, he did.
or the military variant of the 737,
Let's see here.
whatever their code
There-
name for it is.
It's an
The
orange
C,
one, whatever this
it's
one
an
is.
orange one. Is it like a T? It's turbine, so it's definitely cooler than it's definitely cooler than what I did.
I can ask him.
And you don't need to ask him. It's cool. That's all.
The orange and white navy ones.
The orange and white, good call.
Yeah.
Orange and white navy ones.
Hold on.
Very specific.
I know what squadron he was in. Just for you guys.
Are you gonna Google the orange and white navy ones? You're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing great. Oh my God. You're doing great. All right, I'm aborting this because it's boring now.
Sure. Okay, that's fine. The Beechcraft. Oh, the T6.
The T6.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
The Texan. Yeah, the T6 Texan.
And then he wants something else.
Yeah, way cooler than a 152. Way cooler. All right. Anything else, people? Anything else? Anybody got anything? Tiffany, give her a chance. I gave her a chance, okay? I gave her a chance. My love language is being mean. Kellyanne knows this and dishes it right out.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
can I hop on here?
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Oh.
I remember my first time at Wet, and Eric was like, "If I'm nice to you, that means I don't like you, and if I'm mean to you, that means I like you." And I was like brand spanking new here, and I was like, that seems a little counterintuitive, but okay.
But we
But I get it
figured it
now.
out. We
Yeah,
figured it
I get
out.
now.
And you dish it out as well, if not better.
I'm not gonna take it from you.
Another funny story. Okay, so Cindy's talking about story time. So the first tropical graphics, it's not just that like the meteorology. You have to understand that like when you get into extended coverage in the tropics, there's a billion different graphics. So Kellyanne had just started, and I'm like, I will help you. I promise I'm going to help you get through this mound of tropical graphics. I'm not going to let you fail. I'm going to take care of you. And then Jeannie goes into labor with Alexander. What was that? He was Isaias. So literally, I was like, oh crap, I'm going to let her down and I'm going to let her fail. And so, like, my first call when Jeannie tells me she's going into labor with Alexander, it wasn't to anybody but Tony Manolfi. It was the night before. And I'm like, Tony, we are screwed because I can't come in tomorrow. And we can't, like, you were like a week in.
Yeah, it's only 3 people.
We had three. Yeah, we had three. It was like
12 hours.
right.
Yeah.
And it was like, we cannot, I cannot do this. And so he sent Alex Alisi home instantly so that you could have some help because it was, you literally, you still had like moving boxes.
Yeah.
Good gravy. Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah. You left her twisting in the wind. I did. I hosed her after being adamant that I wouldn't.
No. I'm still friends with you. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yukon says letting people fail allows them to learn. There's a difference between letting somebody fail and setting someone up for failure. That's a totally different thing. And then Alex Alisi saved the day. That's right.
Yeah.
What's the likelihood of flight disruption on the 17th? I'm going to bookend a joke from earlier and say there's a chance. I mean, flight disruption on the 17th. There's a chance. All right. All right. I think that's all we got. He says that with a maniacal laugh. All right, people. I'm going to go do some TV and some graphics. Be the sunshine of someone else's day. Be good. Sound good? Take care.